Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I am playing High Tide in the Pauper Showcase Challenge. So, how does this deck work? We're going to cast High Tide, then we're going to draw through our deck and untap our lands. We draw through our deck with things like Ideas Unbound and Peer Through Depths, untapping our lands by splicing Psychic Puppetry onto that. And then at some point we're going to stream of thought, cycle back in some cards like Ideas Unbound or Peer Through Depths to continue going off. We have the 4 Brainstorm, 4 Preordain in the main deck, a Giga Drowse as a one of that we can search up with the Merchant Scroll, 4 Hidden Strings for speed, but also makes the combo turn a lot better, a little bit easier to have mana. Also allows us to have enough mana to hard cast things like Pieces of the Puzzle and Lorien Revealed. We have a Deep Analysis in the deck as a singleton. This can win the game on our turn. After we mill out our opponent, we can force them to draw a card. The other thing that we can do is we can put all of our cards from our library into our hand using things like Lorien Revealed, and then hold up Muddle the Mixture after passing the turn. In the sideboard, I have 4 Snap for creature decks. This is an easy swap for Hidden Strings, 4 Blue Blast for red, 3 Giga Drowse. That goes up to 4 versus the blue decks. I think 4 Giga Drowse is much better than having some sort of interaction. But I ended up having to make a cut. So I had 3 Dispels. I'm going down to 2 Dispels and then 1 Muddle the Mixture. You could go 3 Dispels and not play the Muddle the Mixture, but I think that having 3 Muddle the Mixtures is good versus things like Land Destruction or Duress-based decks. So I like that there. And then we have Island. Island comes in versus the Giga Drowse decks. And if you want sideboard guides, that's all on patreon.com/Kalikaiz. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the matches. Upstate New York Pauper is hosting the second event in their 2025 Open Series on Saturday, August 9th in Rochester, New York. The event currently has a cap of 64 players, and a cap that's $1,500 in cash prizes. I'll be there, and I hope to see you there too. They're also running their first ever charity tournament on June 21st to support the Trevor Project and Trans Lifeline. You can reach out to them directly if you'd like to donate items or cards to support the event, or donate to the charity directly at the link in their event description. For the details, just check out the links down below. Here we are in round 1 versus Uzbek. We're on the draw. We can brainstorm to fix the hand, then preordain away. Giga Drowse could be okay. They have no history, so I think this is going to be fine. They play a Forest. A little bit worried about a land destruction deck. They didn't play anything on turn 1. I'm going to go for the Brainstorm, trying to find a land. Didn't find a land, so we'll put back Giga Drowse pieces. We'll draw the pieces. They cycle the Generous End, finding a Forest. I could have maybe just gone for Preordain turn 1. So we're facing Dredge. It should be good if I can find lands. And bottom. In this, we'll get rid of pieces. We can potentially hold a Muddle the Mixture in hand if I find a second land, and that could stop them from Dread returning. I'd be pretty sad if I lost this game 1 from bad keep. God, this always happens to me. Put a lot with Giant in the graveyard. Let's Brainstorm. There we find lands. So I will put back Stream and Muddle the Mixture, play land, and then pass the turn. They rumble. So let's see if they find a Dread return. They did not. They have an Exhume. They choose Conduit Pylons, plays it. They have an Exhume. So they're going to get back a Lawlet Giant, which deals me 10. So now I have to try to win, I think. So should I Brainstorm? We have Puppetry. We have, let's see. I think I probably have to Brainstorm just to see if I can find anything else. So Brainstorm. Okay, double Puppetry is very good. We'll put back Stream, then Muddle. We untap. Go High Tide, and then we're going to Peer, looking for an Ideas Unbound. This is mana neutral. We didn't really find anything. Can't cast the pieces, so I have to take a Preordain. We untap. I will go Preordain, looking for a High Tide. Another Hidden Strings is probably better than nothing. We're gonna Hidden Strings here. I have 5 mana. So now I can Hidden Strings again. This is so sketchy. And then I'll Muddle, grabbing the Ideas Unbound, and draw. Draw 3. We found another Puppetry. So I should just hidden strings here, going up to 6 mana. And then this is mana positive. So splicing the 3 Puppetries and Ideas Unbound. Let's draw 3 cards. This is just so sketchy. So now I'm going to muddle again, grabbing another Ideas Unbound. We only have 2 left in the deck. And then draw 3. Now I have 4 Puppetries. So for 4 mana, we only have 3 lands anyway. I'm just going to untap all my lands. Untap those lands. Here, go positive by 1 mana. Take the ideas, put the pier on top, and then the scroll. So far, we've seen 1 high tide so far. We're going to ideas and draw 3. Untapping the lands. And now I found a stream of thought, so I'm going to stream myself. Put back stream, ideas, ideas, and ideas. And then cast a preordain. We've been to high tide. Double Ideas Unbound on top is great. Combo time. Let's draw 3. Confidence is high now. Feel pretty good about it now. Did not before. Untap. We found a high tide. Okay, so now we are super mana positive. I'm going to rearrange my hand. We should be able to cast this Lorien Revealed. We have 9 mana, and this costs 5 mana. So we're plus 4 here. And our opponent concedes. Sick. It was very sketchy there for a minute. So let's go to sideboarding. So the things that they could have are like Pyroblast. I just feel like we want to cut the Giga Drowse, don't really need that. Bring in some number of snaps for their Mesmeric Fiend. They're going to be playing creatures out. We could cut the hidden strings entirely, but I've liked just going hidden strings, 4 snaps, so we have a lot of untappers. We could go 2 hidden strings, 3 snaps as well. Still have the muddles. I think this is fine. Maybe they can play something like a Fairy Macabre. This hand is great. We have High Tide Puppetry. We have a Brainstorm to hide our hand. We have the snap. They go Bajuka Bog turn 1. Play a land. Pass the turn. They play Circle. This is going to mill them 4 cards. Mills Wayfinder, Scrapwork Mutt, Troll, Wooded Ridgeline. We can end step the Brainstorm and then use the scroll to shuffle. Brainstorm. So I'll put back... Deep Analysis is actually pretty solid for being able to draw cards if we have problems. I can put back Snap, 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 and Snap. And we're going to draw the Snap and then play land. Merchant Scroll for High Tide. And we have enough to be mana neutral on turn 3. They're exhuming a Troll. Gets in for 1. We have a Pier. So let's go High Tide, High Tide. Start peering away. This is mana neutral. Find an Ideas Unbound. And I still have Snap as a ritual. Our opponent's conceded. So it's an easy round 1 apparently. I'll see you in round 2. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Round 2, we're on the draw versus Lovunga. We do have Brainstorm. I'm going to keep it again. Once again, we are at the risk of just not finding what we need. Let's go for Brainstorm on their upkeep. They could be playing High Tide. They could also be playing other stuff. Brainstorm. If they Spell Pierce me... Okay, we found Puppetry. So let's put back land, Lorien. Our opponent Brainstorms. We probably want to scroll for the High Tide. If I think they're on High Tide, though, I could scroll for Giga Drowse or scroll for Muddle the Mixture and try to be the reactive deck. Okay, they're probably on High Tide. They cycled the Lorien for an island. Okay, so I can go land. If they go off on turn 2 or turn 3, I think I'm just going to... Maybe it makes sense to cycle this for an island and then Brainstorm. But let's just see what they do. That way I can, on the next turn, if they try to go for it, I can Pier tap their land and pinch them. I assume they're on High Tide because of the split of island and snow-covered island, and that is what I've been doing. They cast a Preordain. Top, bottom, they play an island. So let's cycle. Just going to grab a regular island so they can't tell what I'm doing. They probably know who I am though. Let's brainstorm. On high tide stream. So we can put back stream of thought, put back an island. We untap. Now I could go for it here, but I feel like it's possible that they have the answer. What just happened? Okay. Do I not have a mainstay phase? Main phase. I'm passing the turn. They are passing. I don't want to draw my stream of thought. I'm gonna peer, tap down your land. I drew a muddle the mixture or a Giga Drowse. I think I just take the Giga Drowse, and then we do not tap the land. It's already tapped. I don't want to untap it. We drew hidden strings. Okay. So I think I just discard the merchant scroll and pass. Stinks to not have found a land there. I have all the resources that I need to go off. I just want to not get wrecked by them. So I'm going to tap my land. Okay. Discard a merchant scroll. They cast High Tide. We're going to Giga Drowse their lands. That one. So the idea here is that they would have to tap for only 2 mana right now. They could have another High Tide, and then they'll still only just have 2 mana. So it'll be very difficult for them. I guess they could, if they have another reach in hand, they can reach and then they'll have 3 mana. But I don't know that they'll be able to go off. They do have a land drop. So if they play a land right now, they're good. Okay, they have 5 mana now. So we'll just, I guess, watch them go. That was unfortunate. Maybe I should have just, like, forced them to have it. Here, double untap. Alright, I'm going to F6, and I'll tell you if they get there. Alright, they were able to win the game. So, we need the Dispels. Oh, it looks like I did not update my list that I pushed to the event. Oh well. We're going to bring in these. Pick out the hidden strings. We're going to get rid of one muddle, one spell Giga Drowse. Pieces. One more muddle. Thanks to lose a mirror. But it happens. I'm on the play, so I'm trying to just Giga Drowse them, but try to make land drops until they go for it and lose. They do have Reach Through Mist in their deck, which makes their deck slightly more advantaged against mine because they can untap after the after casting of the Giga Drowse. I should have just gone for it. I had the turn 3, and I was afraid of a counterspell, but I think that probably in the mirror you just have to force it. So I guess that's the learning point, but this is a 9-round event. I needed to learn that in round 9, not round 2. Okay, we're on the play. I've got Giga Drowse, High Tide, keep, play land, pass. Want to place an island. Go Preordain. Brainstorm, Puppetry. I'll top both of these. Play the land. I'm going to try not to get this Brainstorm countered. They cast their own Brainstorm. We'll let that resolve, then I'll cast my Brainstorm. That's the Brainstorm. So we want Dispel. We'll put back Island. Pass. So I'm just basically going to make 2 more land drops and then try to go for a Giga Drowse. Land. Pass the turn. They play an island. I guess I still have a 5th land drop. I can probably go off on just the single High Tide if I have them tapped out. Cast a Brainstorm. So if we go for Giga Drowse, best case scenario, we Giga Drowse them with 1 mana floating so that we can counter an untap effect. Alright, play Island. It's the waiting game. If they Giga Drowse me, now I can peer untap my land. Pass. I cast a Merchant Scroll. The nice thing here is I can just double Giga Drowse them. I'll have 6. I can High Tide. I'll have 10 mana. Here puts me to 9 mana. They reveal a Peer Through Depths. I think I play the Giga Drowse, target that land, use replicated 3 times. So 2 on the same land, same targets, 2 on this land. And that way, they could go for an untap effect like a Reach Through Mist, but I have the Dispel for it. They don't have anything. So we are free and clear. We're going to try it. Cast High Tide. Here, untap. I found the Deep Analysis. That's a bummer. We're going to Deep Analysis. I have another land. Let's Preordain. Brainstorm Stream. I'm going to bottom and I guess I'm topping the Brainstorm. That's the turn. Well, I got some value, but I didn't win. They go High Tide. I have the Dispel. Preordain. Okay. take my turn. I can hardcast Lorien or just deep analysis. I think I'm going to deep analysis. More lands. Well, let's play the land. That's the turn. They just hardcast a brainstorm or appear through depths. What's my I think I should brainstorm. Okay, so I'll put back land and I'm sorry. We'll go Lorien revealed land. That's the turn. I can Giga Drowse them again, scroll for High Tide, and attempt to go off again. I also have the Muddle the Mixture to counter. So this turn, they go High Tide, I have the Muddle, they Dispel, and then I try to Giga Drowse them and tap them out. If they don't have it, they High Tide, counter. Okay, that resolves. So on my turn, we've wasted 2 of their High Tides. We've wasted 1 of our High Tides. Going to scroll, grabbing a Dispel. There's 1 more Dispel left, or 2 Dispels. Merchant Scroll, grab the Dispel, cast a Preordain. Going to bottom, double Dispel. So I can stop them from doing stuff for a while, I think. I need a lot to go right at this point. On a Lorien. I'm gonna pass. They don't have enough lands to Giga Drowse me. They play a 6th land. I have a Puppetry. Okay. So I need a High Tide. They play a 7th land. That's not good. Take a draw. I guess I could Merchant Scroll for Brainstorm. Or I scroll for High Tide and then discard a Puppetry. Roll. Grabbing a High Tide. And then I'm going to discard the Puppetry. Our opponent used 10 minutes to combo in game 1. I will use a Dispel on the High Tide. They have a Dispel. I will Dispel the High Tide again. Okay. So now 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can just take a draw land. On their upkeep, I'm going to try to Giga Drowse them. I have 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 4, 5, 6, 7. So Giga Drowse X equals 6. What the? They 7 mana. If they have another High Tide right now, it would really stink. We'll target this land, target the pile, and the pile land. And then we have to look at which one's left over, which it looks like it is this land. They're using a Reach Through Mist to untap a land. Okay. This is gone, that's gone, I think. They leave 2 mana open. They've cast a Muddle. We're going to attempt to resolve a High Tide. They counterspell. Going to cast Lorien Revealed, draw 3. Another Giga Drowse. I guess I have to pass. They're going to cast Merchant Scroll for Puppetry, for High Tide. And then if they... That's their last High Tide. Okay. What do I have in my deck? I have a Dispel, Dispel. Muddle's gone. My only option is to try to Giga Drowse them here. Target this land, this land, this land. I think they might have been able to outplay me here. It'll be pretty tough. We'll see what they have in their hand. Okay, now they currently have 3 mana. They had casted Ideas Unbound. Hopefully they just cast Lorien Revealed. They have Ideas double untap. I guess my opponent is also playing Flood of Recollection. So they could just flood back a High Tide and cast a High Tide. They have 11 minutes. Cast Pieces. They only have 2 mana now. They've cast multiple Ideas Unbounds. I think they're dead. They have Reach untap. 11 cards in hand. Don't really know what's going on over here anymore. Just dismiss all these for the moment. I think they've cast Ideas 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yep. They're gonna have to discard 9 cards. They go to discard, discarding 9 cards. So it's very advantageous for me to take my time and not try to win. I'll play a land. That's the turn. Cast Pier, have some lands. I'll take the High Tide. Cast Pier, have some lands. I'll take the Ideas, I guess. The Ideas on top. And then your turn. They cast Pieces of the Puzzle, revealing Stream, Preordain, Island, Petals. They choose Petals and Stream of Thought. So I could tap them right now. Let's just cast a High Tide. They have a Dispel. Okay, let's try Ideas Unbound without making a land drop because I can just discard that. Merchant Scroll. Get a High Tide. That's my last High Tide. Cast High Tide. We'll go Merchant Scroll. Grab the Pier. Cast Pier. Tap. Now I'm worried about clock. Take the Ideas. Draw. Drew more Ideas. Draw. I can Brainstorm. I wonder if I should Stream of Thought myself first. They're at 12. I could just Stream of Thought them. Stream of Thought you. Put back High Tide, or Ideas, High Tide, Ideas. Draw 3. Didn't find a High Tide. Let's Brainstorm. Back these two. Now I have to shuffle. Let's cast Pieces. Find High Tide and Puppetry. Okay, High Tide. We have 6 cards. So I can Ideas, untap, untap, untap. Hopefully I have a stream left in the deck. There we go. I have 2 cards left in my hand, in my library. So let's preordain. Bottom, top. Stream of Thought you. Back Stream of Thought and 1 Ideas Unbound. I have Ideas in hand. Draw, oh god. Draw 3. And then we will go ahead and cast Stream of Thought targeting you. Put back Stream, Lorien. We have 3 Loriens in hand. And then High Tide, Dispel. What did I do? Mess it up. Okay, let's Brainstorm. Put back this and this. High Tide, Ideas, tap, tap, tap. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Just go tap, tap, untap. We have 3 cards in library. I will cast Lorien on the Dispel. Stream of Thought you. Back Stream, High Tide, Puppetry. Cast the Lorien. Just trying to put cards in my hand. Cast High Tide. Tap, untap, untap. Then let's untap some lands. Tap, untap. Tap this land. Then I will double stream you. We'll go stream you. Back Stream. Spell, Dispel. Draw 3. Stream you. Back Stream, Lorien, whatever, Puppetry. Draw 3. I messed that up. Damn it. Whatever. I'm just gonna pass. I don't think they have anything. Alright, we win. 9 minutes on clock. We both have 9 minutes on clock. So if I'm a reactive deck, I probably want another, like, more muddles. I think the deep analysis is not necessary. And then what do I take out? Could be like 1 scroll. Okay. Okay, this is good. Keep. We have a potential turn 4. See what my opponent does. They preordain turn 1. Go land. Pass the turn. A Merchant Scroll. Let's Brainstorm. We have a scroll of our own. So let's put back, I think, preordain scroll. I don't think they're going to be able to kill me on turn 2 or turn 3. So let's scroll and grab a Dispel. They Brainstorm. Plays a land. Merchant Scroll. They've got a second High Tide, or they scrolled for Puppetry before. Okay. I'm really looking for lands off the top. They get a second Puppetry. Okay, land, pass the turn. Our opponent Brainstorms. Okay. Cycles for a land. And they play the land. My turn. Draw a land. We have double Puppetry. If I can tap them out, then I can start going for it on my turn. They reach tapping my land. Okay. They have 2 Puppetries in hand. Preordains. Plays a land. We can go for Giga Drowse, but then they can just untap. We find a land. That's really good. They played a land. Okay. My turn. Let's preordain. Try and find a land. A High Tide and a land. Pop. Play the land. I think I have to try to go for it now. I'm not sure though. They go Pier, untap. Pier, tap my lands. Okay. They only have 7 minutes left on clock. I'm positive that I can win in 4 minutes. I don't know about them. The fact that they can do it without a Giga Drowse stinks. A Brainstorm. So if I go to my turn, I think I just High Tide plus I have Dispel protection. So I'm going to have to go for it, I think, anyway. I can try to Giga Drowse them to make them have less mana available. They can just untap their lands. They cast pieces of the puzzle. Okay. Finding Island, Lorien, Brainstorm. They choose Psychic Puppetry, Brainstorm. Psychic Puppetry, Brainstorm. Oops. So I can Giga Drowse them, then they use the Puppetry. Go Giga Drowse, tap, replicate 2. I know they have 3 Puppetries in hand. This one, this one. They can burn a Puppetry. Untap 2 lands, they'll have 3 lands open. They use a Pier. Tapping what? 1 land? They find a Dispel. I'm gonna cast High Tide. They have a Dispel, I have a Dispel. Yeah, it kind of felt like they didn't have any more interaction in hand, but I don't know. They have a second Dispel. Okay. High Tide. Let's draw 3. Try to at least set up my hands with some, draw 3 again. Merchant Scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can Merchant Scroll High Tide. High Tide. Scroll High Tide. High Tide. Untap. Draw a bunch of lands. Draw a bunch of cards. Merchant Scroll. High Tide. High Tide. I have 7. Untap. Untap. Try to draw 3. I mean, I could combo still. Pier. Okay. Another Pier. Finding Stream of Thought, Puppetry. Brainstorm. Take the Puppetry. And we'll untap again. I have to discard 6 cards. Draw 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do I do here? I think I'm just gonna pass 1, 2, 3. I have 8 cards in hand. I have to keep 2 cards. So I'll keep Puppetry and Muddle. Or maybe it should just be Pier. It's gonna be Muddle. Pass. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High Tide, Dispel. They Brainstorm. Now I just have to play very, very, very fast. Pass the turn. Play a land. Play land. We have another Muddle. Okay, pass. Have a High Tide. Just gonna muddle the mixture. Grab the Puppetry. They have a Giga Drowse, it's bad. Okay. Here, tapping my lands. Okay. I guess I could have countered that. Find a High Tide. They untap my lands on accident. Fair enough. Return. They Puppetry my lands. Tap, tap, tap. I'll untap my land. So once they High Tide, I have a Muddle for their second spell. Cast Merchant Scroll. Maybe they have a counter spell. Another High Tide. They cast a High Tide. Okay. They cast a High Tide. They'll have 4 mana. Okay. They're going to use all their mana on this, I think. And then I'll just counter it. Nope. They have 3 Puppetries in hand. High Tide. Merchant Scroll. I guess I just take the Muddle the Mixture. Draw 2. Draw 3. And then pass the turn. Discard, discard, discard. Too bad I wasted that High Tide. A Flood of Recollection, the High Tide. Sure. Okay, play the land, pass. So the problem is, whoever draws the Stream of Thought first is probably going to win. Preordain. Need a Lorien. Bottom, top, Brainstorm. Back, back. Preordain. Bottom, top. Cast the pieces. Take the Stream and pieces. Okay. Stream of Thought you. Back. High Tide. High Tide. Ideas. Ideas. Cast High Tide. Okay. Another High Tide. Okay. Oh no. They're gonna stream me out. Puppetry to untap your lands. So did they have stream? Okay, I guess so. Can't believe it. I gave them the win here. Puppetry. They're just gonna stream me out. God. Well played, I guess. GG. Round 3 on the draw versus Archer Costa. We have turn 2 get tied. So that's good. They're playing Forest, probably Elves. Bogling. We have strings, that's quite good. High Tide Puppetry, let's go. Up top. So we could potentially turn 3. We can get another High Tide here. We'll have all the mana that we need. We just need like a way to win the game. So High Tide, strings, and then get Pier. We have to just kind of figure out whether our opponent can kill us on the crackback. Like, obviously, I don't think I'm dying on their turn 3, but I could never really have gone for it on my turn 2 regardless. Okay, 3 damage. We go to 17. Play land. Merchant Scroll. I mean, this turn is just like kind of played out for me. I don't really have any other options. I just got to do this. Turn 3 is going to be the question. Sentinel's Eyes makes it a 5/5. They play a Solana Ledgewalker. They'll put me to 12. I don't think I'm getting another turn. We have a second scroll, or a third scroll, I guess. High Tide, untap. Now I can scroll for Pier, and then scroll for a Puppetry, and then hope that that gets there. Scroll, or I can get High Tide, but I think double Puppetry, I'm not sure. If I get High Tide, then Hidden Strings is a better draw. It's about the same, because I'm going to need +1 mana, but Puppetry is going to be plus way more mana, so I'll get Puppetry. Go Merchant Scroll. Grab the Pier. And then we will attempt to win the game. Hopefully I can get there. On the Ideas Unbound, so it's looking much more possible now. And I think I have to enable combo time. I mean, we had a tough loss, and I want to have a little bit of fun here. I shouldn't have done that, right? Drew the Muddle, the Mixture, though, which can transmute and pick up another Ideas Unbound. Yoink. Have to draw more Arcanes, though. Let's draw some cards. Okay, we are drawing 3. Okay, High Tide. Now, let's draw. Drawing Lorien. We're going to untap. And then I will Stream of Thought myself. Put back the Stream of Thought. Unlucky Mill. Ideas, and Pier. And then tap for 5. Cast Lorien Revealed. We drew the Pier. We're going to Hidden Strings so that I can make extra mana. And then hopefully this finds us an Ideas Unbound. We don't have to use the Deep Analysis. We find Preordain. Not good. At least we bought him some lands. So now I don't really want to shuffle. Scroll. Okay, top. Scroll can pick up the Muddle or another Pier. But we probably are going to look past the scroll. Here. Grab another Ideas Unbound. I'll put the ideas and then the pieces, and then any order. 30 cards left in the deck. Ideas. Okay, draw 3. Here we have a Brainstorm. We can put back 2 lands. And then Preordain past the lands. So I don't have to pick them with the pieces, but I was potentially going to mill them with the pieces. And we found an Ideas Unbound, so I'm just going to cast that. We want to just draw as many cards as possible blind before we do any card selection. Okay, draw 3. Oh, another Ideas Unbound. GG, opponent. GG. Draw 3. We have 19 cards left in deck. Where are we now? Any more tides? Let's Pier. Now we're going to look for another Stream. Then close it out. Take the Stream. They're at 51 cards in their library. Let's go Pieces of the Puzzle. Take Pier, Puppetry. And then we can Pier again. I know I have some more Ideas Unbounds in the deck, so that can just make more mana. And we have Hidden Strings in hand, so plenty of mana to go around. Ideas Unbound. I just like casting the cards. It's fun. I want to draw 3 more cards. Let's do it. Who wouldn't? Draw. We're just going to untap these lands again and draw 3 cards. I'm at 48 mana. Now I'm going to Hidden Strings these. Untap. Tap them again. Stream of Thought you. So 51 means we need 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've replicated 12 times. Will be 52 cards. Yield through the turn. Point the copies at you. Nice little turn 3. Stream, Pier, Ideas. And then I'm just going to put back my Arcanes for funsies. Let's check out what their deck looks like. See if they have any main deck hate. I don't know if they're playing like Pyroblast, Fairy Macabre, all that stuff, but this player plays a lot of Magic Online, so I kind of imagine that I can check out their deck between rounds, between the sideboard games. We go to 9, but they go to 0 cards in the library. Okay, they've got a very normal deck. 1, 2. Okay, so they're, I think, playing 12 creatures, but I'm not really sure. We have Bogle, Ledgewalker, 2. I see 9 other creatures. That makes sense. I think they're on 11 creatures. We don't really need the Gigdrows. Let me check out their list. So they have not been playing Pauper in a while. I mean, maybe we could bring in the Snap and cut Singleton Pieces. Second copy of Snap. That's potentially for the Standard Bearer. But because Standard Bearer is bugged on Magic Online, it's not something we usually have to worry about. Play through it the way it is. High Tide, Puppetry, Hidden Strings. We have potential turn 3 again, but we need a second High Tide. We go Forest and a Bogle. We drew the Ideas Unbound. I think I will Brainstorm. Wow. Unreal. So we put back Lorien, or maybe it's land. Let's see. We have a turn 3 for sure. Question is, what's the best way to do it? Because is this even a turn 2? It looks like I could turn 2 if I really wanted to. I'm going to put back the Lorien and the island. So the island will be on top. We can draw the island, then Merchant Scroll, or just wait and go for a turn, well, like turn 4. Depends on what they've got going on. The Utopia Sprawl on white. Plays Rumble, so this can give us an idea of their sideboard cards. They have Standard Bearer, and they picked the Standard Bearer so that they could. I mean, should I just try to win? Land. Oh no, it's turn 2. I shouldn't try to win this turn, right? We can Merchant Scroll for a Snap. Maybe on the next turn I should do that. We'll just pass the turn. They're gonna play their Standard Bearer. They go High Tide, Scroll, Snap, then go off. That way I'm not actually playing into any bugs. Standard Bearer. We actually don't know if the Standard Bearer interaction is a bug. A lot of judges have said that it is, that you have to target it. A lot of judges said that it isn't. But the way that it's done on Magic Online, it is. Final Plains. At the same time, they're not showing me lethal on the next turn, so I could just pass. They have 3 cards in hand. Get in for 2. So let's see. Maybe they play Mask plus Ethereal Armor plus Rancor. That seems like a lot of damage. Just don't want to die. Standard Bearer does turn off the Hidden Strings. Land, High Tide, 4 mana, Merchant Scroll, get the Snap, bounce this thing, untap. Now let's draw 3. Mana neutral right now. Now I can scroll and grab, I guess it should be High Tide because of the Hidden Strings in hand. We'll take the High Tide, cast the High Tide. Now I'm +1 mana on my spells. Draw 3. We're at 5 mana available in pool. And we find another Hidden Strings. So let's preordain. I have lots of mana, nothing to do with it. We have to bottom and bottom. Finding a pier. Let's turn these islands back into extra mana. Cast a Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards again. Oh yeah. Combo time. So let's see. I suppose it makes sense to stream myself. Maybe I'll take one more draw here. Take the Ideas Unbound. Let's see if I can make enough mana to. Let's just draw. What if they have a Fairy Macabre, right? We have triple Puppetry now, so that should make it a little bit easier. Let's untap and then stream you. We're going to put 1 copy on me. And it's important that if I actually stream away a Stream of Thought, I need to put it back right away. Otherwise, they could use the Fairy Macabre. We'll get Ideas here. Ideas. We did not mill a stream. and then we just whatever we want. So cards that do good stuff, like High Tide, Pieces, Lorien, guess another High Tide. I'm feeling confident. Maybe that's not the greatest play. Let's get a Merchant Scroll because it could be a High Tide if we need it. Probably aren't going to need it. Let's Peer, untap the 3. Double turn 3 here. Just so solid. Hidden Strings is great. Okay, we find Preordain, Lorien. I think the best play is to take the Preordain. It really looks at the same 3 cards as the Lorien Revealed, but it doesn't cost me as much mana. Then I can back it up with the Lorien Revealed here. Here in a snap, we got a bottom and top the pier. Draw 3 cards. Okay, so we can now ditch these lands with the Brainstorm. Put them back on top. Another High Tide. That's nice. I have 8 mana. I'm gonna Pieces, which will get rid of those 2 lands and maybe see some other stuff. We see Pieces, and I'm gonna take the Deep Analysis just so I don't get it exiled and I can use it. And we have enough mana to untap all our lands again. Draw 3, let's go. Feel bad for my opponent. Not really, I'm happy to be winning. I feel like I built this deck pretty solidly. You know, there's a lot of options that you have. Let's Peer again. Lots of mana on the table. Wait, I have so much mana, right? I should just start making excess. So scroll, get another High Tide. The last High Tide in the deck. Get out of the way. And then Peer. We grab the Ideas Unbound. Let's go. Let's just go any order here. 21 cards are still left in the deck. I'm sure there'll be other things that we're doing that will affect the ordering. Draw 3 cards again with an Ideas Unbound. I wonder if it's, I mean, at this point, I would not really mind if you just moved along, but I think that we are just crushing, and we currently have over 40 mana in pool. Although we did have to stream them one time, right? Get rid of these. And I'm just going to draw 3 cards. Draw 3 cards again. Might as well. Enjoy myself. Drawing cards. 12 cards left in deck. There's another Puppetry. Snap doesn't do anything. I will Peer. 9 cards left. I will put back top and top. Brainstorm. Pop these 2 islands on top. Cast the Pieces. That'll put me to 2 cards left in library. So scroll, muddle. Okay. 2 cards left. Then we'll cast the Peer. Cannot cast the Ideas, it will kill us. I died that way recently. That was sad that time. Just Peer just makes mana. Grab a Hidden Strings. We'll untap everything. And they concede. So we are 2-1 on round 4. Round 3. 4. On 4. First Purgatorial 1. They've been playing fairies, which is pretty bad. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna go land cycle. Yeah, it's a fairy land. Holy moly, we drew the Giga Drowse. Okay, island pass. That's quite a turn. So we're going to cycle on their turn, and then we're going to grab an island. From there, we're going to scroll turn 2. They Lorien, finding an island. Could be Terror. They don't do anything. I'll island cycle. So the plan is just to use all my mana on the first few turns. Don't know what they're doing. They're taking a lot of pauses though. Like if we scroll and it gets countered, turn 3, we just play the pieces. That gets countered, we play another pieces. Hopefully drawing lands along the way. Draw all the stuff I need and then Giga Drowse them. I'll cast the Merchant Scroll. They might save the counter spells for my High Tide itself, but if they have a Spell Pierce, this would be a good target for a Spell Pierce potentially. We drew the Psychic Puppetry. They use Counterspell. Now that's a good exchange for me because they tapped all of their mana. We were even on mana. They cast Ponder. That makes me think they're on Terror. And they Ponder again. 4 in the yard for a Terror. They're looking for a land here. Plays the land. We'll go land. Cast to Pieces. Resolves. We'll take double High Tide. Go up to 7 cards in hand. Now the best draw for me on my next turn is just an island, or for them to tap all their mana, casting creatures. They play a Terror, and they pass. Okay, so land, pass the turn. They Mental Note, looking for that 4th land. They find the 4th land. They get in for 5. Okay. Plays a Cryptic Serpent, so we are in the clear. We get to use the Giga Drowse, which I so nicely just drew naturally. Unreal. That is so unfair. We're so part of the game, same targets. This one. Now we need to target that one again. So that's this on the left. Part of the game is setting yourself up to get lucky, and I got lucky. Opponent's like, uncool. Comma time. I tied. And now we draw 3 cards, mana neutral. We still have a land drop. Finding a second Puppetry. That's so brutal. I feel bad about it. We're gonna draw, target our 2 lands. The reason for playing different lands is so that it makes it just easier. So here, if I scroll for High Tide, I think it makes it more likely that I get to cast all these other cards in my hand. Grab a High Tide. Computer's getting a little bit laggy, which is a little nerve-wracking for me, though. We're gonna go up here. We have 8 mana. So this is plus 4 mana. Grabbing Preordain. I had restarted my computer trying to just give it a break, but I guess that didn't work out for me. Let's top both of these. The mana is good. We can Brainstorm, put back Island, and then I suppose we don't need the Hidden Strings, but it's kind of nice. We drew the Puppetry here. Let's scroll, grabbing another Pier. We have triple Puppetry, so they're super dead. We just have to execute and have enough time left over for the other matches, other turns, other rounds, other games. Get the ideas. I think I'm just saying the wrong thing over and over because I'm floating through it. And they've conceded. They didn't even make me play it out. It's just 3 minutes winning on turn 5. So I had meant to bring in extra Giga Drowse. Somehow I didn't fix my deck and resubmit it. I changed my deck, resubmitted. It didn't do it. So we have 2 Giga Drowse here. We want the island. And then our goal is to just Giga Drowse them and try to win. We're going to get rid of the muddles and pieces, but also get rid of a single merchant scroll because we're going to be taking our time. That might be worth it. I think I'm getting rid of the pieces. We also could get rid of the deep analysis. Maybe that's a better cut than the pieces. Why am I even bringing in the deep analysis? They have no way to win to shovel their stuff back in. Okay, so second game, we have High Tide, turn 2 scroll. We have Preordain, Brainstorm. Seems good. Our opponent's mulligan to 5. We want to probably scroll for the Giga Drowse, but unsure. Let's see, they play at turn 1 Island. We can do the same thing, Island. I'll yield until the next end step. If they Thought Scour, I will Brainstorm. Thought Scour targeting themselves. Mills Island, Brainstorming. Put back Stream, put back Hidden Strings. We will be drawing the Hidden Strings. So the Stream being on top isn't great if they Thought Scour me. They're Brainstorming looking for a land. Interesting. They find the land. So we untap. We're going to go ahead and scroll. Could eat a counter. A mental note. So I think I'm going to grab a High Tide. I was thinking about getting the Giga Drowse, but it sort of feels like they're having to tap out to get going because they've mulliganed to 5. And double High Tide, I could go High Tide, Strings, just hardcast the Ideas and YOLO it, but they play a Delver and a Terror. So we are potentially here for the win on turn 3. Should I go for it? This is 8 power. So Island, of course, I'm playing that. High Tide. They can sit on this and then not have to win. I sort of built my deck to try to go for this, right? So High Tide, 4 mana. Hidden Strings is +2. No, it cost me 2, and then it goes, this test for 6. Then I can Preordain. I'm going to see if I can make it happen. This is a risky maneuver, but I think we can do it. High Tide. Cast Preordain. More Hidden Strings. Top. So we're going to Hidden Strings here. Untap the 2 lands. Tap this. Cast the Ideas Unbound. Draw 3 cards. Hidden Strings these 2. cast of pieces. We found Puppetry. Okay. So, once again, that is kind of why I'm playing the strings. That was just an absurd string of events. Turn of events. I didn't want to put a little... I didn't want to go too hard, but yeah, we got there. Merchant scroll. We can scroll for the puppetry, or for the pier. I think I'm going to pieces first. See what I can find. Stream of thought. Preordain. That's not great. So let's start with stream of thought myself. It's making my deck a little bit better. Put back stream, ideas, here, here. Okay, maybe they're not dead. We have 4 mana. I'm going to hidden strings. Untap my lands. I'm hoping that this preordain finds something good. Okay, bottom. Top the pier. Still going mana positive. Casting the pier and untapping the 2 lands. Let's take the Ideas Unbound. And then cast it again. We are at 5 mana. Finding another Ideas Unbound. Now I'm just going to tap the island here and leave as many untapped islands as possible, because this way if I draw into a high tide, those represent extra mana. Okay, we found a stream. We don't have Muddle in hand, but we do have a Merchant Scroll, so I'm just going to keep moving, drawing as many cards as possible, seeing what I want to bring back with the stream. Alright, we drew Giga Drowse, which is not good. So let's put these cards over here. And then I think I will still just draw 3 first with the Lorien. Unfortunate my opponent had to tap out there. And we drew an Ideas and a pier. So everything's going pretty nicely for me here. Like I said, you just set yourself up to get lucky. We're going to get rid of these 2 islands, brainstorm them away. This seems like a really good spot to stream myself. We have a lot of things going on, but I think we want to just use this. Target you. Replicate it 1 time. Come on. There we go. Stream target myself. So we will put back stream, ideas, and ideas. And then I will go ahead and put back... I think I am going to put back the... I don't need to put back the deep analysis. Let's go here, ideas, here. Any other things in there that matter? No. So maybe I just put back the deep analysis. Okay. Now let's start with the preordain. We have 6 mana. Bottom and top. I almost threw that. Cast, untap, untap. Got a little bit greedy. I should have paid attention to how many islands I had, or how much mana. Grab the Ideas Unbound. We've got 1, 2 high tides in the graveyard. Now I think it makes sense to go for a high tide right now. Roll, grab a high tide. That's the last one. Okay. Cast the high tide. And then we'll start drawing more cards. We have 5 mana. Draw 3. More puppetries is good. We'll draw 3 again. Okay. He is on the stack. We draw 3 cards, untap all our lands. 10 cards left in the library. I've used all my high tides, so I can just spam click on my lands. We'll draw another 3. 16 mana available. Okay. Now I'm starting to get like nervous that I messed it all up. So let's see what happens. Let's draw 3 with this Ideas. I click the front facing ones, and then it's hard to click the bottom one, so I'll click that one last. Draw 3. Looks like we drew the Stream of Thought and the Deep Analysis. I have 30 mana. Let's peer, untap these lands. How much is that? We'll grab another pier. We went from 30 mana, now having 37 mana. Okay. Here again. So this should be 44 mana after it all untaps. Grab the Psychic Puppetry. Okay. And then we have another pier still. Put these away over here. Feel like I'm going to have to restart my computer again. 44, so I was correct. A lot of lag going on, unfortunately. That's okay. I'll get through it. I'm not super concerned. Grab the Merchant Scroll. We untap the lands holding the yes key. 39 mana. 51. And then I'm targeting my lands with the extra puppetry. Splicing that on. So that'll go plus 8 mana. Go to 59 mana. And then we can target you with Stream of Thought. Boink. We want to replicate it 10 times. You don't have to, since I have the deep analysis, but I might as well. Point all the copies at you. We're going to yield, put back all my spells. I think my sideboard plan was pretty solid there. Also, my main deck plan of just having it when I needed to was pretty good. All right, resolve the extra copies. And we do not want to pass the turn. We just want to send 2 cards your face and win the game. All right, we win the match. On to round 5. We're here in round 5 versus Moon. Most recently on Tide, I believe. So we are on the play, which is good. If I see an island out of them, I will expect them to be on Tide. The question is whether or not we want to brainstorm turn 1. I think it's probably better to preordain. Since we have lands already, we're trying to clear lands out of the way, just find stuff. And we don't know what they're up to, but likely on high tide. Also, my camera died, and I don't know why, so hopefully it'll be back for round 6. So I looked up this opponent, and they've recently been playing all sorts of other formats. I think they killed me in another event that I played in Pauper, so I actually have no idea what they're on. But I still think we probably want to preordain. Okay, I don't know what my opponent's doing. I'm just going to lead on the island and pass, and then have the brainstorm. Then with more information, I can set up my hand. I can clear the brainstorm with the pier, or I can redraw the lands. They're on mono white. Okay. So I still will brainstorm end step. We'll put back land, untap. We're preordaining through the land. Bottom, having another preordain there was pretty good. It allows me to use my mana. Muddle and pier. So muddle, I think I'm just bottoming both of these. Next turn we'll rattle off the pieces, and we ended up finding a high tide. The muddle transmute is pretty expensive. They get in for 1. This should generally be a good matchup for us. A Core Skyfisher returning the Thraben Inspector. One thing is, I was telling everybody to play Mana Tithe in White Weenie. I wonder if they're going to be playing it. So I find Puppetry and Pier. Okay. So this gives us mana negative. They're going to get in for 2. Plays with the Thraben Inspector. They're holding open, cracking the clue. We have hidden strings. I think I play the land and pass the turn. We can double pier, or we can pier tap their land. If they're holding open Thraben Charm or something, they play Idyllic Grange, making the Inspector bigger. Okay. They get in for 4. I'll go to 13. Just 2. Interesting. This seems, no, okay, 4. I figured if they're, okay, they're taking it back a couple of times. That, I think, means that they're going to play a Battle Screech here, and then, they'll flash it back. So there's no reason to use the pier with tap. We just want to double pier, looking for a second high tide or Puppetry. We flash back the Screech. We're going to cast the pier, finding a Puppetry. And then I think I should cast the second pier. Because if I find a high tide, and I did, very nice, we are off to the races. Oh, well, it's combo time. You can't see it, but I'm ready to roll. Cast another high tide. We have double Puppetry. Oops, I shouldn't tap all my lands. And let's just Ideas Unbound. Draw 3 cards. I found Stream of Thought Preordain. I think I will actually do the Stream of Thought. So stream targeting you. Replicate it 1 time. This allows me to get these piers that I used back into my deck. We'll put back Deep Analysis, pier, Ideas. Mill you. Put back the Muddle that searches up things. Another high tide. Brainstorm and pieces. And then let's try preordain first. Pier and a Puppetry. I guess I can take, I don't really need either. I don't need the Puppetry, so I'm going to bottom it. We've used 2 high tides, so we're already mana positive. We don't need that. We should just not take cards for mana when we know we need to just keep having excess cards. Okay, a high tide or a Puppetry, or the Lorien. I think I have to take the Lorien, maximizing on the potential to see more cards. At my land and Puppetry, leaving the other land open for the high tide. We find the Ideas, that's great. And here we haven't actually cast the hidden strings yet, but I think it's still just so good to have as an option. and we can draw some cards. I might have to cast the hidden strings now. Found a high tide. I'll cast high tide, and now I can brainstorm, put back these 2 lands, cast the, I have 7 mana, so I can pieces, grab Merchant Scroll, and I suppose it's going to be, I have the 2 Ideas Unbound. I'll just take the Deep Analysis. That just makes it easier in the long run. Let's draw 3 cards. And then I have a bunch of mana. I'm going to scroll, grab another high tide, and then get that train going with the high tide. Now I'll just rearrange my hand. Put the ideas, the puppetries. This can go over here. Gotta move these islands over. Okay, we're all good now. I have 6 mana. So each of these taps for 4. So now I have 12. I ended up drawing a high tide. So we have absurd amounts of mana. I'll just untap these 2 lands, drawing some more cards. I'm gonna brainstorm. Let's brainstorm. 12 cards left in deck. Do have to pay attention to that. Put back 2 lands. Let's stream with. We're gonna probably just kill them here. I'm using the hidden strings. See how much mana I have. Tap, hidden strings again. Untap again. I have 50 mana. I think I'm gonna scroll. Whoops. Oh well, I'll take the puppetry. Here. Untap, untap, untap. Find another hidden strings. So it's just another big ritual. Untap these 2. Okay. Lots of mana. We still have we have the deep analysis in hand. We'll point this at you. Replicate it 11 times. That'll be for 48 cards. Point all of the streams at my opponent. And they concede. They didn't want to show me what they were doing. So we want the snaps. That comes in over the hidden strings. We don't need the Giga Drowse, so I can bring back in 1 hidden strings. Now I have 5 rituals instead of just 4. Okay, this hand is probably fine. We can preordain, and then we can brainstorm, fix our hand. Our opponent plays a Novice Inspector. Let's lead on a preordain. Another brainstorm and a land. I think I'm good to bottom both of these. We found another land. So this might be the time where we need to brainstorm. Raffine's Informant ditching a Lunarch Veteran. So they have a good clock. Raffine's Informant being a 3/2. Brainstorm. We found a bunch of good stuff. Let's get rid of Brainstorm and I think Lorien. Play Island. Preordain past those. Bottom. Bottom. Next turn, I can peer tap this, looking for a high tide. So all I need is a high tide, and then I'm in a good spot. They play a Lone Missionary, so they brought in extra attackers. They must not have any other type of interaction. Getting in for 4 mana, 4 damage. So right now they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have to play the land and pass. And if I don't hit the high tide off this pier, I'm pretty hosed. We're gonna cast pier and tap this. Find a scroll. I have to take that. Tap your creature. Dig it in for 4. If I find a snap, I could still win. If they have the pump spell, I think I'm just dead though. I need a snap or a high tide off the top. We go to 11. They didn't have the pump spell, or they chose not to use it. Or Skyfisher picks up a card, picking up a land. Okay. Plays a Phantom. We didn't find our spell that we needed. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I don't see any way for me to win here other than them not having it. So, go ahead. We're going to peer, tap this, found the high tide, and let's see if they have the pump spell. They do, I'm dead. They should just cast it. And they do. Unfortunate. So, what do I need to do? Like, I just needed to have my card in my hand. That time we got a little maybe unlucky, I don't know. Maybe I get rid of the pieces. I could bring in Dispel, but I think I'm just gonna run it back. Okay, we've opened up High Tide, so keep. Land. Cycle for an island. Turn 2, we'll cycle for an island and cast the preordain. Turn 3 pieces. Turn 4, try to win. They shouldn't be able to win before turn, like on their turn 3, so I should be able to have enough time. We have another island. I guess I still want to cycle this for an island to reduce the amount of lands that are in the deck. Preordain. Bottom. Pop the scroll, I guess. This doesn't look amazing. They have a Rafine's Informant, so the same start as last time. Discards a Battle Screech. They get in for 1. We keep drawing lands. Pieces. We'll do our best, right? We'll do our best. Let's take the Snap and the Lorien. There's some concern here. If they Thraben Charm me, we lose the stream, and then we have to win with the single stream combo, which is a lot harder. But Snap gives me some flexibility, so I could untap, scroll for another High Tide, and then pass the turn. Then if they attack me for lethal, I can snap their creature. Our opponent plays a Plains. They currently have 3 mana. I think they're considering whether or not they should use the Thraben Charm. And I would actually be happy about that if they did that right now, compared to playing out threats and trying to win earlier. There's another Rafine's Informant. Okay, so now they can flashback to Battle Screech. They have double Screech. They have another creature. Now I feel like I have to try to win. High Tide, scroll, High Tide. Let's see. We're at 19. We'll go to 18. If I snap. They just have so many creatures in play that if they have the pump spell, we're dead. We do have a Brainstorm. Okay. So, pass High Tide. Brainstorm. Oh no. Get rid of 2 lands. Merchant Scroll. Get a High Tide. Pass the High Tide. Snap this. This doesn't look very good. I have 6, 7 mana. Cast the Lorien. Draw 3. Hidden Strings. Untap. Cast the Pier. Trying to find a Puppetry. I found Snap. Okay. Then we cast Ideas Unbound. Snap a creature. Untap. Cast a Brainstorm. Put these 2 back. We're not doing great. So now I have to preordain and bottom the 2 lands. Then Ideas Unbound. Draw 3. Pier. So I could Brainstorm before I Pier. Get rid of these lands. Or just Pier. I think I have to Brainstorm to get rid of the lands. Brainstorm. Land. Land. That was so good. Snap a bird. Unbelievable. Okay, I played to the outs, I guess. We're going to Pier. Get past the lands. We found the double Puppetry. Insane. Grab the stream. Untap. We will replicate the stream. Targeting you. They have a Macabre, I'm dead. I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully they don't have Fairy Macabre. They didn't. Oh, that was tight. Pier, Ideas. Man. Pier, Muddle, High Tide. And I'll just take another Muddle. Now we're going to draw 3. Get exactly 4 mana left over. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh no, still not that mana positive. We're going to draw another 3. I feel very confident now at this point. Now we have triple Puppetry. Okay, so let's Brainstorm, get rid of a couple of lands. We ended up drawing 1 land, but another Puppetry. Okay, so Pier, grab all of these, untap. Pay the mana, grabbing the stream. Unreal. Okay, tap all my lands. Here again. And we'll take the Lorien. That draws me cards. I do want to keep the High Tide and the Deep Analysis inside the deck. I have this Muddle the Mixture, which can draw me into another Ideas Unbound after I stream myself. But now I've got a lot going on. Drawing more ideas there. I'm going to untap these lands again. Whee! Then what do we find? Probably check before I start just rattling off some stuff, because I could find another High Tide. We have 1, 2, 3. 1 more is left in the deck. I'm just going to go grab it. Get the High Tide with the Merchant Scroll. High Tide. Then let's preordain. These are great. Totally great. And this should be easy peasy. Get these, tap all the land, untap all the lands. All right, the lands are untapped. Okay, put the island over here. We have 10 cards left. Is there anything we really need to do? Guess we're just gonna keep making mana. 30 mana in play right now. This costs 6. We'll grab another pier. Untap. We went from 30, we'll tap all of our lands to 40 mana. So that was plus 10. This will put us to 50 mana. We only have 9 cards left in the deck. Take the Merchant Scroll. Let's see. We're at 44 cards in the library. I have 50 mana. I think I'm just going to end the game. There's no sense like doing any more extra looping stuff when I don't need to. Tap all of these. I guess I need the deep analysis still. It's preordained, bottom, bottom, and then pieces. Grab the deep analysis. Tap all my lands for 57. I'm going to untap them again. Just for a little bit of excess, a little bit of flexibility. And Stream of Thought U. We replicate it 10 times, which is exactly 44 cards. And then point the deep analysis at them. I'm interested to look at their deck if they want to show me by milling themselves out. I want to know what they sided in. Point them all at you. Look back, Stream, Ideas, Peer. And then I'm just going to hold the 2 key, which allows me to OK through everything. Trying to get to see everything in their deck. I don't see anything weird. Draven Charms. Yeah, they didn't have the counter spells of any kind. And why don't you just draw 2 cards? We win round 5, we're on to round 6. Hopefully the webcam will be fixed. Here we are in round 6 versus 4U Bro. And I believe they've been playing Terror as well. We have the Giga Drowse again. Let's keep it. Pretty slow hand though. We're on the play. We have Giga Drowse. Just need to find High Tide and some stuff to do. The problem with this hand is that we are kind of just relying on our top decks. So if we don't draw action after the second turn, maybe I have to cycle the Lorien Revealed just to try and thin the deck. But having the Lorien Revealed in hand means if I hit in a Brainstorm, then I can really make things happen. Okay, we'll lead on Island and pass the turn. Oh, our opponent's on Mountain. That's not great. So Giga Drowse looking bad. Play the Island. I think I'm gonna actually Giga Drowse them on their upkeep. Tap their land. Mostly because I need time. And if they're playing Madness Burn, they need 2 mana in order to cast their spells that matter. Play Mountain. We have a Lorien. I'll cycle this for an Island. Pass the turn. I guess I could have tapped them again. Don't think it's worth it though. We grab the prize of Sneaky Snacker. So what's gonna happen? Oh, okay. It's Madness Burn. Black green or green black. Let's Stream of Thought myself. Back Brainstorm, pieces, preordain, play land. Let's see. Should I do anything? I think I have to pass and then untap Lorien Revealed, and then hopefully on the next turn I can win. But this has been a very slow hand, and it was basically predicated on them not being able to do what they're doing. If at any moment I top deck a High Tide, I could just send it. I think at most we're probably taking like 6 damage here. I don't think they can win on their next turn after this, but we'll see. Right now they're just taking their time. I guess they're counting. The Highway Robbery. So hopefully not a Kitchen Imp. It is a Kitchen Imp. So this is 4 damage. And I guess I'm just hoping they whiff on lands. Plays a Jagged Barrens. We go to 16. This puts us at 12. So they'd have to have another 8 damage. We have to cast this Lorien Revealed and pray. Oh man, I did not really get anywhere with that. Not the greatest draws so far. We had a decent hand. Just relying on top decking stuff and didn't get there. So if I lose on this turn, then I probably chalk it up to keeping way too clunky of a hand. Most of the things that they're going to cast are going to require multiple mana put into them. So even if they go like Faithless Looting plus, let's see, I guess their best case scenario would be looting into like a bolt and then 2 more bolts, which would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. They're just making me wait. They played an Epic here. We're at 11. Discarding Alms of the Vein. I'll go to 8 and then 4. 5. This puts me to 1. So I'm dead to a Jagged Barrens. I'm dead to anything. And they had the Jagged Barrens. Oh well. Wow, we were pretty far. Would have gone Preordain, bottom. Okay. So we need to have speed while also being able to tap them down a bit. They're a creature-based deck. The creatures are kind of the scariest part. I like the Giga Drowse. One of the things you could do is like bring in, I guess we just take in 2 Giga Drowses, cut the 2 Muddles. Then we lose 2 duress effects, but we have enough speed to tap them down and then win. Okay, I'm on the play. I have land drops, keep. I can protect myself from a duress potentially. I'll probably just preordain and see where we go from there. Start off with Island and a preordain. Don't want either of these, I think. I found a pier. My opponent leads on a mountain. Let's start with a brainstorm, see if they want to Pyroblast. They did not. So we will put back strings, or like brainstorm strings. Play the land. That's the turn. They go Highway Robbery. Probably discarding a Snacker. They discarded Vampire's Kiss, so they're looking for black mana. Let's get rid of the stuff that's on top. Grabbing Island. That wasn't great, but let's go Merchant Scroll. Grabbing the High Tide. And pass the turn. They play a black land. I'll untap. Let's try Preordain. Have the Giga Drowse now. Let's top and top. Play the land. And pass the turn. They end step a Lightning Bolt and another Lightning Bolt. So the question is if they have a duress here. Maybe they're going to play, okay, they Vampire's Kiss me. I go to 12. They tapped off a black. Second main phase, or their end step. We're going to Giga Drowse. That. It would be unlikely for them to have double Pyroblast. But if they do, then they can Pyroblast one of the Giga Drowses and then use the other. Okay, that resolved. Let's try Brainstorm. Okay, so we want to put back Pier, put back the Scroll, we untap, land, High Tide, Merchant Scroll, grab the High Tide. Now it's time to combo time, High Tide. Let's do it. Draw 3. We find Pieces and Strings. 4 mana. Let's Pier. Take another Pier. Try it again. Pier, untap the land. Finding High Tide, or yeah, we just take the High Tide. But now we're kind of stuck on this Pieces hitting. Cast the Pieces. Come on. Find Ideas and Pieces. Okay. And then we'll Ideas. Trying to maximize. Alright, we have 6 mana. I think I Hidden Strings. Then cast Pieces. We find Ideas Unbound, and I could take the Psychic Puppetry. I think I should, or the Stream of Thought. I think I take the Puppetry. Be unlikely for them to have Graveyard Hate right now. But did I take out my Muddles? I don't know. I think I did. I can't loop with one stream. That could be an issue. Let's try a Preordain. We're going to bottom both of these. I already have those effects in hand. Another Puppetry. Cast a Pieces. Now I'm looking for that other stream. We'll take Merchant Scroll, High Tide, cast the High Tide. We're going to scroll and grab the Pier. There's 1 Pier left in the deck. Pier, untap these lands. What do we find? Brainstorm or Lorien? I think I just take the Lorien and then cast a Lorien because I don't want to shuffle. I want to just draw. Find Ideas Unbound. I was just checking. I still do have a Pier in the deck. Draw 3 cards. Untap some lands. Okay, another Pier. Let's Pier again. Had to rearrange my Puppetries in hand. Oh, my heart rate's going up. I'm a little nervous. Found the Stream of Thought though, so now it's good. Whew. Can we just do it? It looks like yes. Untap. We have 41 mana. Let's untap again. We have 52 mana. Tap, untap. 54. So stream of thought, you replicate 11 times. This is just playing around weird nonsense, but if they let this resolve, I'll get a look at their deck. Where's the stream? Okay. I really hope they let me see the entire deck. Red Blast, Yukabog, Deep Analysis U. Okay, so what's going on? Duress, and then they had Chain Lightning, Red Blast. They had at least one Red Blast in hand, so they've double Duress, triple Red Blast. I think this is a classic version of the deck. So I think maybe I do want the Muddles then. Maybe I can cut the Deep Analysis into pieces, bring in the 2 Muddles, and then after we deck them, we just have to put Muddles back in our hand and the Giga Drowse. But maybe that's a risk. The reason to bring in the Muddle specifically, I guess I could just take out 1 Hidden Strings, bring the Deep Analysis in. The Muddles are good versus Duress, basically. They allow me to loop if I only have 1 stream of thought as well. Okay, we're on the draw. We have our opponent mulligan to 6. I do have a Preordain and the Merchant Scroll. I can get more lands. The Lorien Revealed in hand isn't great, but I'm going to keep it. I'm a little bit concerned. Can we do it? Our opponent went to 6, or kept 6. They let on a Jagged Barrens. Let's Preordain. High Tide, Merchant Scroll. Top and top. They grab the prize of Sneaky Snacker. They're coming out fast. I think I scroll for Tide. I like to get at least 2 High Tides going. Then here we could cycle for a land and then scroll again for Puppetry or for the Giga Drowse. I'm pretty nervous. Our opponent gets in. Vampire's Kiss, we're at 13. Jagged Barrens to 12. I think they were considering their options. I'm going to Merchant Scroll, grab the Giga Drowse, play the island and pass the turn. So I have 4. I'll go High Tide 6, High Tide 7 mana, which is not enough to win. I have a Duress. Kind of figured. But they're going to take one of my High Tides, which is not great. Took them 3 minutes and they discarded a High Tide. Seems, I don't understand. What is going on over there? This puts me to 10. I basically have 1 more turn. They discard a mountain. Interesting. Ping. Okay. We're going to cycle. Grab island. Go land. And then I'm going to Giga Drowse them on their upkeep. All the red lands and the Sneaky Snacker. I think that's my only out here. A bolt. Okay. That's 6. We'll replicate it 3 times. I feel like the Duress is quite powerful versus High Tide, and my hand was a little bit too clunky. So, land, snacker. I think maybe my best draw would be like a Brainstorm, and then I could go High Tide, Brainstorm, 5 mana, find High Tide and Puppetry and win the game. Discarding a Kitchen Imp. So they're going to have an attacker. Imagine if they just timed out here. It's frustrating. I wonder what else they're doing today. Maybe they're talking to some friends. Okay. So they get to take their turn. Looking for no red land, no Duress. They have the red land. I'm screwed. 2 mana. They grab the prize, get a Sneaky Snacker back. And we'll go to 2 life. I mean, this was going to be my last turn anyway. I'm glad they tapped out at least. So we High Tide. And then I can cycle into Preordain. I'll have 6 mana left over. Or just Preordain first. Preordain. So bottom and bottom. Preordain again. Finding Hidden Strings. Bottom, top. Strings these. And then I have to go up here. I found the Puppetry. I think we just lost here. Like, I don't really have an out. Here again. Any order. Here. Brainstorm. Any order. Brainstorm. Yep, we didn't get there. Well, GG, we'll see you in round 7. We're here in round 7? Round 7. First Scooby Snacks, a multi-format grinder. Wow. Okay, keep. Let's see. We have High Tide. I'm gonna keep it. I can scroll for a Pier turn 2. And then try to win turn 3, maybe even. We have all the mana in the world. High Tide, untap. to start peering. Game 1, turn 1, we play an island. Let's see what our opponent's doing. Hers is mine. Okay. I'm gonna land cycle. Grab an island. I want to get the same art, not to sniff him off the case. Let's go island, merchant scroll. Let's see. If I scroll for a high tide, then if I draw an island, I can go high tide, hidden strings, muddle for ideas go off. So let's scroll for high tide and pass. Right now I have 1, 2 mana. Then I untap. I have 4 mana. High tide, still have 4 mana. Untap both of the things with the puppetries. I'll have 6, 7 mana. Muddle. That's not great. They play Energy Refractor, turn 2. They cycle the Lorien. Let's preordain. So they're probably control Tron. I'm gonna top and top. Preordain again. Top and also top. Then play the island and pass the turn. They play a Conduit Pylons. They're gonna crop for Tron. I'm hoping that they tap off of something like a Prohibit. They just pass the turn, so they could have Teachings here. I'm going to muddle, grab the pier, pass the turn. Now this is like a game of who blinks. If they end up with a good counter spell, then it'll be a big problem for me. So right now I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go, basically. My opponent moving very slowly while playing Tron, so I don't know if they're going to be able to close the games. They've already used 6 minutes. They cast a Mystical Teachings. They get an Unwind. So tapping them out is not going to be very easy. I mean, we kind of have all the time in the world, though. They probably have 3 counterspells in their deck total. We're going to pass. They'll probably Teachings for another counterspell. They use an Impulse. Okay. Cycles for an island. Okay, they found the island. Plays a Prophetic Prism. They can cast Unwind plus Counterspell. It's going to cast a Pier. They can unwind this. Doesn't really change the board very much. I think I'm taking the Brainstorm. Then I'll Brainstorm right now. We could put the Hidden Strings back on top of the deck and get rid of it. Alright, put the Hidden Strings back. Put back an Island. And then I can cycle for the Island. Now I have triple High Tide. Okay. So play the land. I'll pass the turn. They're going to flash back the Teachings for another counterspell. Getting the Prohibit. They can't really cast anything right now though, because they have to hold their mana up. I'm going to play Moldrifter. 3. Okay. Let's go Brainstorm. Interesting. We found the scroll. I'll put back. They probably counter the High Tide, right? Put back Island and Scroll. Cast Pier or cast Puppetry. Tap, tap, tap. So they can just use the Unwind. Then they probably only have this or 1 additional counter, maybe max. Ghosty Flicker. Okay. So that's not great. Are they going to tap, let their land get tapped though? Yes. Alright. When we cast High Tide, they go for Unwind. Then we go High Tide, and then try to Pier for Counterspell. So High Tide. I feel like they're going to use the Unwind. They cast Ghosty Flicker. Weird. Okay, so cast High Tide. It's High Tide. Here. Untap. I might be screwing myself here. If I can find a muddle, they're really hosed. I'll take the Ideas Unbound. Let's see if the High Tide resolves. It resolves. We're gonna go to the next phase, I guess. And then we will attempt to tap their lands. Tap this. So if I go Merchant Scroll, it resolves, we're good. If it doesn't resolve, they unwind and then they have the... I should have tapped the tower and then passed. Try Merchant Scroll. I think I'm dead. I think I screwed it up. It's too late in the day. Fudge. Alright, we're just gonna go to the next game. Can't believe I did that. Okay. That's fair. That is fair. We're gonna get rid of the strings. Bring in Dispel. Giga Drowse. Take out a muddle. Bring in an island. That was just very disappointing. Bring out the other muddle. Oh, okay. I gotta recover. I can win this game. I can win it. Oh man, the double flicker is really just something that I was not prepared for. All right, let's go. High tide in hand. Keep. Go land. Get a land. Land. You can. They mulligan to 5. What do I scroll for? I could scroll for a dispel. It's really that refractor was like really good for them. Play a land. Get a land. Maybe I should wait on the scroll. I don't know. I think the pier is useful. They play a mine. Find puppetry. So let's merchant scroll. Grab high tide. We have enough to go mana neutral here. The problem is that without hidden strings, it's pretty tough to continue from there. They're passing with prohibit available. We draw the Giga Drowse. Just gonna play the pieces of the puzzle. They might have negate or like a syncopate, but they didn't. Okay. So we will take puppetry. If I don't take the stream, I could just straight up die. I take the stream of thought. That was unfortunate. Would have liked to take the land, but if they're passing to their turn. Cycle the Lorien. Maybe they're getting another land, another island. What if they have Dispel in their deck? Plays out the island. Plays Prophetic Prism. So they have Dispel. If I draw a land, I can win. So I go tap this. High tide, cycle. Here on tap. Okay. Tap. They wisely tap their land. Okay. Go high tide again. Then, oh no, this only gives me 3 mana. That's bad. Cycle. Island. Here untap. Darn. We wasted 2 piers. 2 pieces. 2 high tides. Let's take the pieces. Untap. Tap this and this. And then cast the pieces. I feel like I'm throwing it here and I feel really bad about that. Maybe I shouldn't have gone all in there. Take the pieces and a merchant scroll. Okay. I'm going to Stream of Thought myself. Put back all the high tides. High tide. Ideas. And I'm going to merchant scroll. Now I'm going to grab a dispel. Clearly I was just too all in there. Could have just cast the like what I had. Feel so bad about this. Play map. I'm going to crack the map for a Tron land. Of course they play lots of Pyroblasts. They only have the 1 Pyroblast available. Let's cast pieces of the puzzle. They know we have the dispel. But they can use their Pyro to get it dispelled just to get that out of my hand. Use the Pyroblast, I'll use the dispel. We find spell puppetry. Brainstorm could be good. I'm just taking the dispel. Now I have to rebuild so much. I also just took a bunch of time taking actions and losing, while I could have just waited on my opponent. So they're so far down on clock. They have the Bajuka Bog. That's pretty bad. We only have 1 stream. Focus and Muldrifter. I'll preordain. Bottom both of these. Stream of Thought is not helpful. Actually, I could peer. I'll take the roll, I guess. I think we're losing. Sad. Outplayed. I'm getting really tired, I guess. Now they can just wall back the Pyroblast. Yep. Cast the Merchant Scroll. They have red and blue mana. They use the Pyro. Okay. Plays a Murmuring Mystic. Sure. Land. 3 cards in hand. Another Scroll. Flicker. They have Unwind. I'll Dispel. They had no answer. Grab a High Tide. They have a Flicker. They have an Impulse. Oh god. We lost so many cards to the Bajuka Bog. Okay, Refractor gives them essentially infinite mana. They have 2 cards in hand. They probably pick the Refractor, to be honest. Another Refractor. Okay. Plays a land. Monic Wall. To get back Pyro. Walls. They get in for 3. They have Pyro and an Unknown. The Unknown's probably nothing. I'm gonna cast my Pier. Use the Pyroblast. 22 cards in deck. Took out the Muddles, and I think that's gonna make me die. right? No models in the deck. That is just completely my fault. Yikes. They cast Impulse, grabbing a random card. They attack in. Do you really have it? They have the flicker. Okay, GG. Round 8. We have Stream in hand, which isn't very good. What do I do here? It's already a mulligan. This isn't very good. Brainstorm could fix it. We can also brainstorm then stream ourselves. I'm on the draw. I'm gonna keep it. 1 mulligans to 5. I don't know what that means. Could be anything. We are 4 and 3. I'm trying to recover. Got a lot of caffeine. Got some food. I'm ready for it. I'm excited. So stick it with me. Stick it out. Stay in the game. Clearly, I'm talking nonsense. I got to get my brain working. These long events are very difficult. My time of day that I get up is not conducive to these. Next time, I will plan better. They play Infestation Sage. So this is a racing matchup. I'm going to brainstorm. Extreme. Let's see. I guess we just go back. Island. Stream a thought. We're going to untap, stream a thought ourselves, then brainstorm again. Then we can try to like do something. They get in for 1. Plays a Mortician Beetle. Infestation Sage. They have 3 power on the table. I have nothing going on, no high tides. If I could find a high tide, it'd be good. Let's stream thought myself. Get rid of that island. Just gonna put back none of these cards. And then island, brainstorm. There's a lot of lands that got cut though. And then we'll put back strings, muddle. Go, okay, yeah. We're gonna untap, grab the muddle, we're gonna cast pieces. They get in for 3, we'll go to 16. I was hoping to not see a carrion feeder across the table. We could maybe get there if we draw a high tide. We're gonna have to just use our mana next turn. Land, cast the pieces. So I find a Puppetry, which is good. Lorien doesn't do anything. Probably pieces is my best bet here. Okay. They cycle and unearth. We both are having kind of a clunky draw. Plays a land. So they refresh their hand by drawing a new card plus that cycle. So what is going to happen now? They're thinking it through, which means that something bad's going to happen. They village rights. So that gives them another insect. They still have 3 power on the table. Getting in for 3. Next turn we're taking 4. We're currently at 13. What is going on? Supernatural stamina. We take 5. And they sacrifice the creature. So I'm concerned that they might have the spell that is like a fling. They have 6 power on the table. I'm going to cast the Preordain. Trying to find a high tide. The Merchant Scroll. So I top. I guess I'm just going to top and top. Play a land. Next turn I can try to go off. So I have to use the Muddle and Mixture to counter whatever's going to kill me this turn. 6 mana. Or I can use the Puppetries. But then we're in a bad spot. Getting in for 6. Okay, that puts me to 5. I'm at 5. They cast Rite of Consumption. I believe this puts me to 1. Wait, no, they sacrificed a 1/1. This puts me to 4. So I will okay that. And then they have another Rite of Consumption. I have the Counterspell. Counterspell. So I knew what their deck was trying to do, which was lucky, I guess. But now I have to win off of very few resources. Merchant Scroll. Grab the High Tide. High Tide. Hidden Strings. The untap. I'm going to draw 6 cards. So I'm looking for a High Tide. Draw 3. That does not do it. Actually, we could peer, see even more cards trying to find a High Tide. I'll take the Hidden Strings. Gives me a little bit of a mana boost. So can I go 4 to 6, Scroll Tide. That's 3 mana left over. That's not enough. So peer, trying to find a High Tide. Found a High Tide, finally. Okay. Cast High Tide. And then draw with Ideas Unbound. Now we could draw into an island naturally. We find another pier. So I guess at this point, I'm looking for the Stream of Thought. course, we have to enable the combo time, or no one will know that we're actually comboing. Ideas Unbound is awesome. We've used most of the cards in our deck already. We're going to draw 3 cards. I did mill a bunch of islands early. Cast another High Tide. We found a 3rd Puppetry and a Pier. I think I'm almost out of arcanes. Pier away. No, well, let's take the stream. Don't be greedy. Untap everything. And then Stream of Thought You. We'll replicate 1 time, targeting myself. Then put back Stream, Ideas, Pier, Pier. And then put back more arcanes with Ideas, Pier, Ideas, and a Pier. Now I can scroll, grabbing. He'll just go High Tide, scroll, grab the Pier, and I just have so much mana now. Untap those lands. Let's go. Ideas, let's go. Any order, yes, yes, yes. Then we'll draw 3, untapping our lands along the way. The real mana is the lands we untapped along the way. Draw another 3. I've activated 4 High Tides, I believe. Let's draw another 3. 17 cards left in the deck. Zoom in. What do I even want to do now? Found a land, finally. Guess I could Pier, or Brainstorm. Put back the Giga Drowse. And an island. We found the Stream of Thought. Is the Deep Analysis in the graveyard? Doesn't appear to be. Let's Pier away, and then just find the Deep Analysis and win the game. We have a Muddle in hand. There's a Deep Analysis. Okay. Tap all my lands for mana. Untap them a bit. Might as well. Tap them for more mana. And Stream You. Replicate it 10 times, so they'll be milling 44 cards of their 42 card library. And we'll get to see what kind of things are on. Okay, they've conceded. That was a smart move. I don't get to see their deck. All right. Snap, 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 snap. Get rid of these. Don't think I need the Deep Analysis or the Giga Drowse. So I'll just take these 2 out. And now I have 6 rituals in my deck, which could be pretty good. That brain did muddle the mixture in hand there, what they were not expecting. And it really won the game. We opened up Stream of Thought again. Brainstorm, double Brainstorm. I'm gonna keep it. And mulligan to 5 again. Luck is with me, I guess. Back in the game, had a little bit to eat, had a Mountain Dew. They mulligan to 4. I like this. I mean, last time they mulliganed a ton and I was not able to succeed. I don't know if they have things like Fairy Macabre in their deck, but I did leave the Muddle the Mixtures in, so I could loop on only 1 stream. Land, Carrion Feeder, play a land, pass the turn. Our hand is not very good right now. Play Mortician Beetle. Yeah, those are their 2 most powerful cards. Gets it for 1. We will Brainstorm. Oh my goodness. That's not very good. Put back Stream. We stream ourselves. Put back Stream. Tap. Muddle. Play a land. Brainstorm again. We found. Now we have the nuts. Okay, so put back Ideas Island. Getting very close now. Ideas on top. Maybe I shouldn't have put back the Ideas. Plays Infestation Sage. So they can double sack that and attack me for 6 now. This doesn't look like a hand that can turn 3 because we need a 2nd High Tide. Snap is not very good because they can sacrifice their creatures. We're probably going to bottom the Ideas Unbound. They sacrifice, and they're going to sacrifice the insect and attack for 6. Okay, that's 6 damage on the table. We'll go to 13. So I have to win on my turn 4 minimum. I'll try Preordain. Okay, now I have Puppetry and Ideas. So I think I can top and play the land. Pass the turn. Unless they can kill me now, I think I'm winning. They could make this 10 damage. Uh-oh. They have 2 mana. But they have 2 cards in hand. And they win with 2 cards in hand from here. Maybe I should have put the High Tide on top of my deck. Please don't kill me. They get in for 6. That puts me to 7. They have the Mesmeric Fiend. Damn. I think that kills me. Okay. Well played. They can sacrifice the Mesmeric Fiend when it hits the table too. Oh, man. I don't know if Snap's actually that good. I'm gonna bring back in the hidden strings. Alright, here we go. Can't keep this one. It's also quite bad. Back the stream of thought. I'm gonna turn 3 pieces and a preordain. Play the island, preordain. I'm going to bottom both of these. Okay, pass. They play a carrying feeder turn 1. Island, pass the turn. Turn 2. Plays a Mortician Beetle. Nazumi. You can attack for 6 or 3 here. Sacrifice the Link Breaker. Gets in for 3. But they don't have a Mez Fiend again. Cast the pieces. We have Scroll and Ideas. That's the turn. How do I win? Don't know. Don't know. They're probably going to kill me on their turn 4. I feel bad. So the other games that we had, we just had Tide in hand so easily. These games we haven't. Maybe I should just have mulliganed harder, but the Mez Fiend wrecks me. Had a pretty good game 1 though. Play a Vampire, so I can attack for 8 right now. Link Breaker. This is 10, 12. I have to have High Tide off the top. Kind of snap, doesn't do anything. Merchant Scroll. High Tide. Strings. Ideas. Go for snap. And they just sacrifice their creature. I'm dead. We are here in round 9, the final countdown. If I get a 5-4, I believe I make top 64, and then I get 200 play points and 10 treasure chests, which would be like winning 35 bucks, which is not bad. Not bad at all. So I am in it. I'm ready. Don't know what Captain Suba's up to though. Okay, so this hand, we have Brainstorm into Preordain it away or Merchant Scroll. I'm going to keep it. This Stream of Thought is just glued to my hand. Okay, they're on burn of some kind. So I have to turn 3 them, or turn 4 them. No, they're on the play, so I have to turn 3. So let's start with a Brainstorm. Get rid of Stream of Thought, and put the Preordain on top. They have an Epicure, we're at 18. Galvanic Blast is online, I'm at 15, now 14. I have to scroll, grab a High Tide. I don't know how I win on turn 3 though, I don't think I can. So they have to not have a turn 4. They're already putting me to 12. They have 3 cards in hand. These cards are Mountain. Bushwhacker. We take 6 and go to 8. 2 cards in hand. Next turn they have 3 damage. Let's Preordain. High Tide. Okay, top. Land. So what am I gonna do here? I can High Tide at 3 mana. Preordain again. So I just have to hope they don't have 5 damage in hand. Guess that's the play. Top. Preordain. Bottom. Top. Friends Resolve into a Rally. That's exactly 5. Oh, okay, so then that means that I go to 3. High Tide. Brainstorm. Put back this. Put back the pieces. Oh my god. Strings. Untap. We scroll. Holy moly. Grab the Puppetry. Then we draw 3. I did not think that was going to come together. I have 2. Now I can tap this Muddle. Alright. Confidence is high. We're going to grab the Puppetry. Combo time. Draw 3. Another draw 3. That's pretty nice. I have so many arcanes in hand. Barely even seen lands so far. Here. Trying to make mana. I'll take another Puppetry. Just way better than the hidden strings at making mana at this point. Here. Untap. Find. I think I'm going to take the Scroll. And grab another High Tide. Scroll. High Tide. That's the High Tide. Okay, so now I can't move the cards around in my hand, unfortunately. Some bugs or whatever. I'd have to restart Magic Online. That's going to be such a pain. Wow. Let's take the hidden strings. Cast the pieces of the puzzle. We'll take Puppetry, Muddle, cast here, untap everything. We'll take the Ideas Unbound, and then let's draw another 3 cards. So they could have Lava Dart in their deck. And we have to be able to, I guess they only could Lava Dart us 2 times. That's High Tide. Stream of Thought. They're at 47. So let's go ahead and do this. Untap. I wonder if I should try to draw into the deep analysis right now. Okay, I'll draw 3 cards. We didn't find it. I'll draw another 3 cards. We didn't find it. We found another stream though. So let's go stream, replicate 1 time. Wait, I should brainstorm first. Okay. Target myself. And then I'm gonna brainstorm. Put back 2 lands. Okay, that's gonna resolve. Put back ideas, 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 and ideas. And then the one resolves targeting you. So I'll put back Pier, 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 Pier. Okay. We can now muddle the mixture. Grab the Ideas Unbound. Go over here, splice, untap, untap. Now I have to scroll around. Oh my god. Untap, untap. Okay, way over here again. There's the deep analysis. 45. So let's peer, untap these lands. Another peer's fine. Okay. I don't think they can do anything. 54. Yeah, I'm just gonna dome them. Okay, replicate 10 times. All targeting you. And then I'll put back stream, peer, muddle. I have no other peers. Oh, there's another muddle. Okay. They're milling. I don't know what's getting milled out. Just letting it happen. Okay. And dome you. And donk. So they just couldn't turn for us, and then they lost to our turn 4. We don't see any Fire Blast. No. Bushwhacker decks are scary though. So they are going wide. We're gonna get rid of, this is my classic burn strategy. I don't know if this is gonna be working, but I think it could. 4 snaps, because that's a ritual that interacts with them. Or Blue Blast. I want the deep analysis so I can win on this turn. But I could not play the deep analysis, bring in an island just for like, or maybe a hidden strings, because I can put the Blue Blast back in my hand with my end game. So let's, I don't know, I'm keeping it. I just like having it. Maybe it's a crutch. We do have a High Tide. We have double Preordain and double Snap. Let's keep. Tomb Raider turn 1? No. I'll Preordain right away. A Lightning Bolt. Okay, there's the deep analysis I was talking about. Let's bottom. I'll top the pier. And they're going to rally. Get in for 2. Let's Preordain. There's a Blue Blast. And bottom the land, off the Blue Blast, play the land, and pass the turn. 3rd land for the opponent. Plays a Tomb Raider. Okay. Expecting a Bushwhacker. They did have the Bushwhacker. We're going to counter. We're taking 4. There's a very minor chance of being able to win here. So let's be here. Down to High Tide. If I can High Tide, snap. I think I just have to take the High Tide. And then I'll just stream myself. Back here. Nothing. Back nothing. So that I have a higher chance of drawing what I need. A Synthesizer. They find a Burning Tree Emissary. So they're probably going to cast that. They cast that. They have 1 mana open. For 3 mana, they crack the Synthesizer. Finding a Pyroblast. That goes into exile forever. Get in. Okay. High Tide. High Tide. Send it. Draw 3. Let's snap a token. Untap. Go Brainstorm. Put back 2 lands. Snap another token. Untap. Then can Merchant Scroll. I think I should Preordain. Bottom and bottom. There's a Puppetry. So now I can Merchant Scroll and grab the pier. And now I can mana neutral pier. Finding another pier. The stream is now on the bottom of my deck. Here, untap. Looking for ideas. I found the ideas. Untap. But we had to bottom in a High Tide. Draw 3. I'm gonna draw 3 again. Draw 3. Uh-oh. There's a deep analysis. Okay. Cast a Lorien. Draw 3. Multiple Puppetries. Okay. And I can move my cards around. Yay! So let's Preordain in case I'd find a High Tide. Oh my goodness. Hop. Hop. we're going to snap the human soldier creature token. Untap. Maybe I shouldn't have topped that other thing. Okay, we're just going to do ideas. Untap, untap, untap. I should not have topped the other puppetry. Draw a bunch. Wow, okay, we got it. So brainstorm. Put on top. Combo time. I should undo these. We'll go scroll. Grab the high tide. Cast the high tide. Now I have so much mana. We're going to pier. Untap every single land. This was a banger way to close it out, that's for sure. Grab the merchant scroll. Untap. We'll lead on a pieces. Grab the stream and a high tide. Go high tide. Stream you. They could have lava darts, but I think it's fine. Stream you. Then we point one at ourselves. Put back every arcane. Here. Gotta put back the stream. Ideas. Here. Here. Ideas. Ideas. And there's one more ideas in there, right? Yes. Okay. Now I can scroll, which grabs the pier. And then pier for an ideas and try to just chain off. Just tons of mana. And I can even hard cast the Lorien here. I love it. I love it. Grab the ideas. Sure, things go to the bottom. Doesn't really matter. Gonna draw them eventually. Okay. Draw, 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 draw. We're gonna target all our lands and untap them all. One has 44 cards in the library. We're casting another Ideas Unbound and drawing 3 cards. We drew into an Ideas Unbound, so let's keep casting them. I'm gonna move the puppetries over here so they're easier to use. And then untap all my lands. Drawing some cards. At this point, we're sort of playing with our food. La la la. I have lots and lots and lots of mana. Okay. 3 cards left in my library. I believe we had the stream already. No, we don't. So now I can just peer for it. Untap, untap, untap. And untap. 81 mana floating. Grab the pier. Might as well. Go over here and cast it with Splice. Untap that. Okay, Stream of Thought. Then untap all lands. And tap them again. We're gonna blast you. I will replicate it 10 times. Let's see how much mana we have left over. 68. Okay, put some cards back in my deck. Ideas, ideas, pier, pier, all good. I'm just okaying through all of this. We do have the blue blast in hand. Only one of that though. And we will dome you. Wow. That was a banger ender. I hope you stuck around. Let me know if you stuck around by giving me the hashtag still listening. I'm sure that I made the top 64, so I got that value, and I will see you in the next video.